Welcome to Pacsun Product Development, where we help brands elevate from start to finish. On today's episode, we will be reviewing Pacsun.
Pacsun, I feel like, is a very well-known brand. A lot of us shop there, even for brands that really aren't even Pacsun. They sell a lot of different varieties of some of our favorites, like Nike and Fear of God Essentials. So we're going to be shopping there today, picking out an outfit for myself and for Daniel to review. We'll also be breaking down their website. So let's get into it.
All right, so like always, we start off with the landing page. First off, my thoughts are this looks like a Macy's website. Very just in your face with a lot of different colors, and it's not really doing it for me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the minimal look, so this is a little bit too much. And honestly, like the extra stuff that they have on their website doesn't really go with the feel of, I feel like, their clothes and how elevated they are, honestly. But then again, they are tailoring to, I feel like, a very younger generation too.
Right.
But then all of us that also grew up shopping Pacsun.
Right.
They're kind of a huge Gap era type of brand. So
Yeah, definitely too much for me. Going on to kind of like their men's style or men's collections. Again, just kind of like we spoke about last week, consistency is crucial for me.
yeah.
And my gripe is that it is just way too all over the place. Not a fan of this. It's very salesy, right? Like 30% off here, 30% off here, this, and this. And I wish there was a lot more cleanliness to the actual collections page.
Yeah, for me, it kind of reminds me of them trying to meet the elevated brands that they do have. So like Fear of God Essentials, like those types of vibes with some of their pictures, even maybe similar to Kith. But then they also have a very downgraded type of energy through their product photos with the lay flats and kind of everything else jumping out of you, like 30% off, 40% savings, and then you click in it and it's the trending now and all this stuff. I mean, some of it is valuable information, but
Right.
It could be hidden too, to a degree, so that people have the chance to click on it, but your menu can kind of stay more minimal.
Right, and kind of like we spoke last week, the sweet spot is kind of like for your text and your headings and everything like that. Your sweet spot is kind of like two colors for the website. They definitely do a good job with that, with maintaining black. Even the buttons are black, the text are all black, so they do a great job with that. And then stuff like the sales and the PayPal and stuff, that's where the other colors kind of pop out at you. So the product page isn't too bad, in my opinion. It's very minimal, and I don't mind that, right? This is kind of what you're searching for, in my opinion, when you're trying to select a product. You know, the details of the product, the fit and sizing, care and composition are drop-downs. Pretty simple. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that the overall cohesiveness of their website does need some work, but when you look at the details of, what they're providing, it's good products, and they have a good variety of details as well for you to make that kind of decision, I guess, from online shopping.
And from the past 3 brands now that we've reviewed, as you kind of can tell, everyone's going in that really high fashion magazine type of posing, to where it's like, I don't care, this is kind of my vibe type thing, a 90s route, in my opinion. And that's what it seems like is the common trend and is most appealing to audiences. So I would have just kept like all of the products doing this. But again, Pacsun is a big box retailer. You can't really tell them anything, right? They know their audience. But overall, when you're starting a new brand, I would definitely say pick one style in your cover photos for your products. Cool.
I would agree.
So let's head on over to Pacsun and let's get some outfits going.
Let's do it. That's enough. Okay, so the first piece that we're gonna go over is an accessory that I got to kind of match the rest of the tones in my outfit. So you'll see soon. And it's really just a staple dad hat. I really like that the brim is pre-bent already. I don't like bending my own brims typically, just because sometimes there can be a crease and stuff like that. So I do like the fit of that. This I'm not a huge fan of, the buckle. It's honestly just like kind of cheap looking and typical, I feel like, in a lot of dad hats. So I'm gonna let Daniel take his,
Yeah,
his take
sure.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just a normal 6-panel dad hat, 100% cotton. The buckle that Dakota did not like is normally a standard buckle that just comes with the hat. Normal cost of this product is right around $4 to $5, maybe even $3. So there's nothing special about this hat. I love the vintage colorway though, right? This whole like montage of like old stuff. I'm a huge fan of it. Everyone is kind of doing that. When you go into any store, you see such great memorabilia from like the 90s and 80s, and that's what everybody's going for. So this cream colorway with this kind of like softer, vibrant red really brings out this Budweiser vibe. So I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I think normally dad hats, $26 is a good range. Right?
I feel like I see them anywhere from like 22 to 28, so this falls right in that kind of range. So yeah, it's a good piece.
Not too bad.
The next piece, I feel like these are very popular right now. That's kind of why I wanted to style this jacket. So it bleeds into the red that I have in the dad hat from the Budweiser collection from Pacsun. This is kind of a very basic, cheaply built. In my opinion, it feels very cheap. It's not very like heavy and durable, but it does give that soft kind of vintage vibe and like a washed feeling that you would be going for. But in my opinion, for the price of this, it's not worth it at all.
Right.
But it's interesting to review, and I wanted to see it with the entire fit that I have, so we'll kind of style it that way.
Yeah, I think this classic NASCAR vibe is really in. F1, NASCAR, everything that's like vintage will kind of bring a more higher price point that people are charging just because it's part of the trend, right? They're trying to kind of capitalize on this product. This is nothing special. I mean, it's just a rougher jersey cotton that they kind of threw in. Inside, there seems to be a polyester shell that kind of poofs up this jacket to give you more of that like varsity type of jacket feel. Everything from the trims to the actual body of the product is very rough. Even the cuffs are very rough, all a little bit stretchy. So not too bad of a garment. I think overall construction of this product is nothing special. You know, you have your cuff here that they kind of fed into the machine. So not really a fan of this style. Personally, I think overall cost is right around that $15 range. So $100 seems to be a little bit high in my opinion. You know, nothing special, right? And this is not a garment that you're gonna wear all the time, right? So the construction of the garment is not super important. They just kind of went with the basic type of construction. And yeah, I mean, nothing special, but jackets, I feel, of this style, like a poofier vibe, right around $100 is pretty standard. Would I buy this product? Absolutely not. And do I feel like it's worth it? I think it's right around that range of that $100, but I think the fabric could have definitely been better for $100.
So the next thing, I'm going to style these with a very basic light wash jean. It does have a cargo pant, which I was pretty drawn to. So I went with, I'm more drawn to light wash. I feel like it complements a lot of the lighter colors that I like with the accents of the dark red and the dark blue that's in the jacket as well. So if you have a dark denim and you're pairing it with those darker, bolder colors, it tends to kind of be wishy-washy and take away from what actually is the main part of your outfit, in my opinion. So I went with these. They're honestly nothing too special. I am curious to see how they fit because there weren't a lot of options at Pacsun in my size. So I kind of went with the best thing that I could see and that would fit me. And I know he got a clip of me doing my trick of measuring around the neck. You can measure the waistband around the neck. So in my opinion, let's see how much these cost. $60. Hopefully they're worth it. That's probably an average price, I feel like, $60 to $80 nowadays for jeans. So that's pretty fair, I would say. But what's your take?
Yeah, so it says 90s boyfriend denim, so this denim cargo is pretty nice. I feel like it was washed 7 to 10 times before it was production ready. It has this real soft look to the denim. There's no stretch to it. I feel like this is a 12 to 14 ounce denim, so it's a decently heavyweight denim. It's not going to because of the wash that it kind of had, the softer feel, it's gonna very much fall down rather than kind of poof up. That I feel like those types of denims are more of that rougher vibe, like that Levi's type of 507 denim. This boyfriend denim, I actually really like the hand feel of this denim. So
yeah, it's
very
soft.
heavyweight, 12 to 14 ounce, which is pretty standard in this industry. It's baggier, so there doesn't need to be a whole lot of stretch. So hopefully it fits Dakota well and it's comfortable. I feel like with the wash, it will be comfortable. But I think overall cost of this garment is anywhere from $8 to $9. So $60 for denim, I feel like is justified because normally denim is pretty durable, right? You don't wash it every single time you wear it. You let it kind of age. And I think this is a piece that will obviously be built for lasting. So $60 is a pretty good deal in my opinion.
To match and go with the theme of my entire outfit, I also am matching the hat. So I got their Budweiser tee that they have, since they sell multiple brands there at Pacsun. So I just wanted something that would be cohesive, that was simple. None of the other tees really spoke to me, and I didn't want a big graphic with the huge jacket that has a bunch of patches and colors on it as well. That would kind of take away from the whole like simplistic but loud vibe that I was going for. So this is gonna be good. It's probably gonna be covered by the jacket anyways, but it is gonna match the hat. And on the back you have the bigger logo. I'm not a huge fan of huge graphic tees like this, but this is pretty simple. It's nothing too crazy. The cotton, I like the high neck or the high rib that they have here. It does seem like a smaller collared neck anyways, so that is my personal vibe. I don't like wider, like scoop necks types of shirts, so that's what I was also looking for. But this is a very light cotton without being too see-through. But yeah, that's my take on that. What's your take?
Yeah, so from what I can gather, this seems like a single knit 6 ounce 100% cotton tee, which kind of translates to that 160 to 180 GSM. Pretty simple construction, right? You're not having a whole lot of versatility to this fabric. It's more so just wearing it as a t-shirt. So normal top stitch, regular threads, nothing crazy. I think overall cost of this garment ranges from $4 to $6. They added some embroidery, which is a great mix. It's not all screen print. I love that they obviously did a screen print on the back and then did the embroidery on the front. It gives it kind of like a different mix. And as you know, embroidery will definitely last a long time. The threads seem to be very tightly woven, so they're not gonna come undone. But for $28, I think it's pretty fair. For a normal, 6 ounce type of cotton, I think $28 is a very, very fair price point. Okay, so now we are ranging into my outfits. Dakota's outfits are definitely a lot more courageous than mine. I don't love graphics, so as you can kind of spot if you've watched the other 2 videos, I am not a fan of graphics. I love very just no branding type of clothing, and then I allow kind of like the textures to maybe do the talking for me. So kudos to Dakota for that, because I cannot do graphics personally, as you can tell. So first off, we have this hotel type of vibe, right? It gives you like Cabo, Cancun, Tulum type of look.
Almost like a robe.
Right, and the short sleeve button downs are very in right now as a layered piece, right? You have your t-shirts that you kind of tuck in, or you can leave loose, and then you have this vibe, or you can wear it with a wife beater. But this gives me a fall type of look because it has this thermal type of knitting, this waffle thermal knit, but it is very big, right? The holes are a lot bigger than normal thermal wear, and this garment is very comfortable and stretchy. I really like it. I think it is very casual, and trust me when I say Pacsun was very hard for me to pick an outfit. And so finding this was definitely a blessing. It was $45 at the store, retail price. I think overall construction of this garment is obviously nothing special. The material is decent, it's airy, it's breathable. So I would say overall cost of this garment is anywhere from $6 to $8. So $45 is, in my opinion, very justified. Do I feel like this garment will last a long time? I think it will, because this is not a high stress product, right? You're layering this piece, and you're not going to be wearing this all the time. So this could last you 3 to 4 different seasons depending on how you wear this product. What do you think?
I agree that I like the fall vibe that it gives. You mentioned that it has the thermal kind of feel and texture to it. When you stretch it, it does have a little bit of a stretch, but you can see kind of how thin it is. It's not a pure white, it's kind of that super light off-white cream, which gives very fall, but it also depends on how you dress it. I think they tied it in with the fall season with these buttons as well, which aren't too special, very simple. And I mean, they did a nice job on the yarn, I guess, on that. But overall, I think this is a very standard piece in Daniel's fit. And he is a very big textures guy, so those textures that aren't very loud, this is very simple and it's very one tone, very much one tone. So it does the talking of his outfit without drawing too much attention, which I think is your style. So
next piece I have is
Basics.
a super simple basics tee. It is in my opinion, almost like a Walmart quality, if you kind of can get that comparison. Walmart is obviously not known for the quality of the garments, so this shirt will do the job, I think, once or twice. And this is a $16, $17 t-shirt that I think costs anywhere from $2 to $3 to make. So I know the durability is not going to be there. Like I said, it gets the job done, right? It's more of this, like, once you wear it and you wash it, it's not going to fit the same. So when you're paying $17, you kind of know what you're getting. So no gripes there, right? $17, you kind of get what you pay for.
I would say that this definitely, I would not even buy it to test it, so I commend you for that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan that it's not a drop shoulder tee. I don't like those like regular fitting shirts, so I wouldn't have even been drawn to this at all. I think if I had to choose between this and the shirt that I had, I would rather pay kind of double the price to get something a little bit more in my style and take that hit for the graphics rather than like this style of basics tees that they offer at Pacsun. So yeah, I mean, I think it's worth the price and worth what you make out of it, but me personally, I would pass.
On to the last piece, I think for me is the most adventurous piece that I have ever worn in a very long time, and that is a straight fit cargo. I know that my legs are a little bit bigger than the normal person, so I hope that this product will fit me just based on the way it looks. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more tapered on me, but I think the overall fabric, it is a stretch woven. As you can kind of hear by the nylon, it has a good vertical stretch to it, some minor horizontal stretch, which I think hopefully it will be very comfortable. So very simple. They have some puckering of the pockets here. They have just a normal top stitch over the pockets, so nothing stressing the pockets too much. And you know, this is a very simple product. You know, they have some minor plastic trim, so very inexpensive. The waistband, as you can tell, it is a much wider waistband than normal, which is why they have a drawstring, thus having less elastic. My preference is a smaller waistband, but more elastic. So it'll be more of a crinkled look, but it will stretch far greater than this product will. Very simple drawstrings, you know, no custom aglets, right? Overall simple construction. They call it performance stretch, so we'll test that theory once we put it on. $60, I think overall construction of this product and the fabrics and the trims, this will cost right around that $10 to $12 range. So $60 for a stretch woven, which will last a pretty good amount of time. I think it's definitely worth it.
My take. I think that, first of all, seeing the rest of your pieces and this, I'm interested to see how the waffle kind of textured tee or shirt will look with this material in particular, but I definitely think the colors go together. I'm just curious to see about the two textures, because you can see that this is a little bit almost like a lighter cargo type of vibe and texture that they gave to it. But I do like the stretch, and I love this sound. They had one in the women's section that just wasn't the exact same. I don't know what material that was. Do you know what material that was?
No, I do not.
Okay. But anyways, so this overall, I would be drawn to a product like this just based on kind of the texture and the feel of it and the stretch. So I think it's worth it.
Right, so might I add that Pacsun was an extremely difficult store for me to pick an outfit personally, just because the variety they had just wasn't my forte. Everything in that store, to be honest, the construction of everything in that store was below subpar. I think, personally, I would never shop at Pacsun, but that, it's not for everyone, right? Zara, I had a much easier time picking because that is more of my wheelhouse of styles, but everyone has a different style. But what do you think of Pacsun?
To be fair, this Pacsun was very dry.
Yeah.
There was not a lot to choose from. I don't know if they got someone did a huge haul the day before we went. But the other Pacsuns that I've been to, they do have a better variety and more of their newer releases that you would see online that are in store. So we just happened to be kind of out of luck with the one that we went to. So I would rate the one that we went to overall, selection-wise, a 3 out of 10. And they only get a 3 because they had essentials there, and we decided not to do them.
Right, so let's put on these outfits and let's give our honest take on how everything fits. All right, so giving my honest review of this entire outfit, I have it layered exactly how I would normally wear it. I'm definitely stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. My biggest gripe is probably in the actual pants. It is claiming to be a performance stretch, but for me, the front rise and the back rise is falling, thus giving it more of a mid-rise fit. Personally, I wouldn't do that. And the hips, as you guys can tell, because I work out, well, normally, if you're factoring that this is a performance product, it would have wider hips. The construction of this garment isn't that great. The pants, because the lack of the elasticity, it doesn't conform to your waist. That's kind of always falls a little bit. Overall, the style I think is really nice. I normally don't go for this type of style, but I think for me, it is cool to just kind of go around and play with different fits. Obviously, we have the Jordan 1 Travis Scott's, the lows. So I think overall, the color scheme is really nice. The fabric itself, once I put it on, I have a little bit of gripes on it. But the overshirt, however, does fit really well. I love the way it kind of falls on my arm. It's a little bit tight, but my concern is with these products, the way it'll fit after you wash it, and that's due to, of course, if you work out, garments do fit you typically very different in a big box retail store versus a athletic brand. But yeah, overall, I would rate this outfit a 6 out of 10. What do you guys think?
Okay, so I'm here with my fit. As you can see, it is yet again another baggy, oversized fit. I don't do really any fitting sort of garments, just not my style. So we have the jacket in a small, shirt is a medium, and the pants are women's 28. The pants for me are a little bit too baggy, but as we mentioned before, they are very, very soft, have a good slight stretch to them. So they would be comfortable for a night out, long night out, or whatever we're doing. I do like that the tee goes out under the jacket, which is why I usually tailor towards mediums for tees, even if they're men's, because I like to think of the longevity of the tee. So after I wash it, it'll still have that kind of oversized slight look, or it'll fit me perfectly to layer under the jacket. And then the hat is a nice little accent. I know people say that they have to wear hats on bad hair days, but actually my hair has to be like a certain kind of floof to be wearing a hat, because I don't have a hat head. So overall, I think I would rate this outfit. Honestly, it looked better on than when I was browsing the store. So I would rate it maybe a 7, 7.5 out of 10. Not bad. Would I personally go for it? No, probably not. So what do you guys think? All right, well, we've reviewed the site, we reviewed the store and the products that we got from Pacsun in this episode. So we hope that you really enjoyed all of the brand breakdown that we had for Pacsun and our outfits, and we would love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.